My name is Nick Brown, founder of Cooking Physics, and I help professional chefs become inspirational leaders by focusing on their passion, their profession, and their personal development. Welcome. I am so excited to have everybody here. Today is the last day of my mini course, mini training when it comes to what's going on each and every single day. I am Nick Brown, and I am the founder of Cooking Physics, and I really appreciate everything you guys have done. For the last week, every single day, I have explained one of my rules a little bit more in depth. So, if you are just joining today, the very last day of these rules, I challenge you to go back and learn them. I will put them on my blog. You can also check out my YouTube channel. Look for @Cooking Physics, and you'll find it there, as well as, on my LinkedIn. They've been in my live feeds or in my Facebook. So go check those out. They are immeasurably valuable. Each one of these rules is really going to help you to accelerate your career in your life, to become a leader, an inspirational leader, and to really understand what it takes to be successful within this culinary career, how you can avoid the burnout, all of those things I've been teaching along the way. So if you haven't hit any of these or you've missed one or two, go check them out. I am so excited that you are here on the very last day of my 6 rules. So with no further ado, we're going to get right into it. What is the final rule? The final rule is serve with intention. Now, this is an amazing rule because it culminates everything that you have worked on. So as you've been going through, you've been tasting everything in your life, in your career. You have been using the rule of 3 to figure out what needs to happen, organize yourself. You have your mise en place, getting everything ready in front of you, focusing on that. And then maintaining a clean and organized area. What are you doing with your work area? What are you doing in your life? As well as serve with... The fifth one is the one that I just talked about yesterday. Surround yourself with support, okay? Getting those people around you, having them be a part of your life. And then finally, this final one, serve with intention. Everything has been leading up to this final rule. So, without further ado, here is what I mean by serve with intention. So, if you really think about what is service, we as chefs are constantly serving one another. We are serving our heart, our soul into the dishes to every single patron that comes into our restaurant. Every single dish that goes out. You've heard that phrase, you're only as good as your last dish. Well, us chefs, we take it seriously and we put our heart and soul into every single dish that we put out. That is the way that we serve other people. That is how we make them happy. One of the best things is seeing the excitement, that wow factor when the server takes it out to the dining room and the guest just goes, wow, when they pull out their phone and they start taking pictures. They taste it and they're just like, oh, you got to try this. And they start sharing it around the table. Those are the things that really make a chef's heart sing, okay? And that's what we do. But how much of that service is only based on that? Because if you think about it, service with intention, serve with intention, doing it on purpose, doing it with an end goal. And what is that end goal? To help other people. To help. That is why we serve. We want to help. We want to uplift. We want to make things better. We want to make people's lives brighter. We want to give them a reason to celebrate or be able to celebrate the things that they are celebrating, okay? So, what is it about service with intention? The first thing that I want to talk about is that essential thing about putting everything about ourselves into the things we do. How much are you actually putting everything you have into your job? Are you intentional in the service to other people through your career? Are you trying to do your best every single time that it goes out? Is every single dish the best dish that you've ever put out? Is the way that you interact with other people, is that the best of yourself? Are you putting out the way that you are talking with other chefs, the way that you are interacting outside of work with other people? Are you putting everything you can to be your best every single time? Serve with that intention. I also wanted to talk about the next part. As you begin to learn, as you begin to grow. Yesterday, I talked about having that mentor, having that coach, having those friends, that community of people around you that help lift you and support you. Guess what? This is your chance as well. You can, regardless of where you're at, you can be a mentor to other people around you. Even if you are at the very beginning of your career and everybody around you seems to have so much experience, you blow your mind about how fast they can chop and how precise that they can do so many things, and you're struggling with just the one thing. How can you be a mentor to other people? How can you be a coach to other people? You have your own skills. You have your own abilities. The chef decided to hire you because of something inside of you. What was that? Do you know why that chef took a chance on you? You barely know anything in the kitchen. Why would he give a chance on you? Find out. If you do not know what that is, find out. Lean into that skill. Lean into what he saw in you and put your best foot forward. Become a leader of other people. He chose you. That chef chose you because of something that he saw. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to let that go by the wayside? Are you going to disappoint the chef in not leaning in to the thing that he saw in you? Serve with intention. Find out what that was and begin to become that leader in that area. Become a mentor to other people in that area. And then as you are mentored by others, as you are coached by others, then your skill level will increase, and then you can continue to become a mentor, become a teacher, become that coach to other chefs. And they will look at you, and when you hire them, you'll be able to say, I saw this in you, and I really want you to lean into that, because this is what our kitchen needs. This is what our team needs. You were the missing link in our team, and I'm hiring you because of this skill. Think about that. That's why you were hired. Find out what that skill is. Find out what that aspect was. You are part of this team because of your ability, the thing that he saw in you. So serve with intention when it comes to what you're doing in your life. Another part about that serve with intention is not only about giving your heart out to other people and doing other things. It's also about yourself. What are you doing to serve yourself? Are you serving yourself with intention? Are you building opportunities within your life? Are you creating these opportunities to advance, to grow, to develop? The fact that you're watching this tells me automatically that you are. You are the kind of person that is striving to be their best, and you are finding opportunities, and you are creating those opportunities to grow and to develop. But don't just spend your entire time growing, developing. Make sure that you also serve yourself in giving yourself the rewards. Giving yourself the sense of accomplishment for a job well done. Even if it's not perfect, even if you could have done a little bit better, you still put everything you could into that aspect, into what you were trying for, into that goal. If nothing else, you made that goal, you started that goal, and you lost track, but you are working towards it. So give yourself that sense of accomplishment, that sense of, I am working for it. I may not be perfect. I may not have reached my goal, but I tried, that I am working for it. And so you look back behind and you say where you're at right here, and you also look at where you used to be. You are further. Even if it's only 1 or 2 steps, you are further along. And every single time that you make those 1 or 2 steps, 1 or 2 steps, 1 or 2 steps, you will find after a while that you'll be back and you'll be like, I don't even remember how far away I was. That was a completely different person. I am a completely different person now. So celebrate that. Be excited about that. Serve yourself with the opportunities for advancement. Serve yourself by acknowledging the progress that you've made. Serve yourself by celebrating and having rewards, experiences that say, I reached this goal, I'm going to celebrate. Okay? Serve yourself with intention. The final piece that I wanted to talk to you about is one of the things that really got me thinking on this concept of serve with intention. I've always had a serving attitude, okay? I always wanted to help other people. But I thought to myself, there's no way I can do that. I work nights every single night. I work all the weekends. I can't serve other people. My schedule changes every single week. I never really know what's going on because I'm dedicated to my job, because I want to progress. I want to make the money. I want to provide for my family. I want to provide for myself. I want to serve other people. I love creating the food. I was giving myself to my job. And although that was great, I came across this other chef. And I started working with him. And something was a little different about this chef. He would volunteer in Big Brothers Big Sisters. He had his own little brother. And he would go and he'd hang out with that, and he would be a mentor to that kid who was struggling. And it really wasn't anything like big or special or anything like that. It was just he'd go and hang out with the kid. He'd give that kid opportunities that he might not have ever had because of the difficult situations that kid was in with Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And I looked at that and I said, I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to figure out how to organize my life. I'm going to figure out how I can structure my work, create those boundaries within my work so that I can serve other people. Not just through my craft, but actually serve other people through the things that I love, through the experiences that I love. Now, it took several years for me to figure out how to make that work. But finally, I've got the guts up to talk to my chef. And I told him, I'm like, hey, I've got this opportunity to become a scoutmaster. And it's going to require time. Like, I'm going to need one night a week, every single week, to do the scout meetings. And about once a month, I'm going to need a Friday and maybe even a Saturday off. And then you know what the chef said to me? He's like, okay, let me know which ones. We will work it out. And I was like, what? That's all it took? I just had to ask? And I was like, oh my goodness. I always thought that having a career, a life outside of work was impossible as a chef. When I finally told him that, and I said, that's what I hope to do, that's what I want to do, that chef was like, yeah, no, that's a really good, wow, you want to be a scout? That's a lot of work. Are you sure you want to do that? I'm like, yes, I do. And he's like, okay, we'll figure it out. We'll make it work. And so I have been in scouting for about 8 years now. So that has really brought a life to me and helped me grow and develop. Another thing about this other chef that I really appreciated, that I really looked up to for, was not only was he doing this Big Brothers and Big Sisters, he wanted to do some MMA fighting. Okay? In other words, he was going outside of work and he was taking care of himself through the exercise, through the endurance, through building himself up. I'm going to tell you, the craziest thing happened one time. Some of the other cooks were like, oh, we're going to get him, because they're like, hey, he's a big MMA fighter, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get him. So one time he went into the walk-in and like 3 cooks rushed in to grab him. And their whole point was they were going to pin him down inside of the walk-in. Okay? About 30 seconds later comes back and he's got what he came into the walk-in to get in his hand, and he's got the other 3 trying to get him down. He pushes open the door, passes that off to another cook, and he's like, okay, go put it on the line, and he shuts the door and he keeps on, and he comes out and they're all on the ground. It was the most hilarious thing, but just his liveliness that he had, because he was serving with intention. He was doing the things that he loved. He was serving himself through the exercise. He was serving himself through those boundaries that he created to say, I will do this for other people. I will do things that bring a joy to my heart, a passion that is outside of work. His attitude was always jovial. He was always happy. Okay? Now, there are some things that I didn't really like about this chef, okay? But there were a lot of things that I looked up to him for. Every single chef is going to have something that you don't like, and that's fine. You probably have you been listening to my the last 6 days? There's probably been a couple of these statements that you're like, I don't really like the way he's talking about that. And that's okay. But think about these rules that I've talked about. And the final one, serve with intention. Because that is really what we're all about. We are in a service industry. We serve everybody with every plate that we put out. Do we serve ourselves? Do we serve other people outside of our work? Do we serve the people that we work with? Those are the questions that I challenge you with this day. And I leave you with these questions. Think about them. Ponder them. Take some time and really think, what can you do? What can I do to serve with intention? I am so grateful that you have come here, that you have seen, that you have been participating, that you've been watching these. It's been amazing. It's been a wonderful journey, and I thank you so very much for all of your support. I love to serve you in these ways, and I want to continue to serve you. So thank you so very much. If you want to continue this, these kinds of topics I will revisit over and over and over. I'm creating a membership, a group coaching, a cooking physics leadership brigade, if you want to say that, where you can pay to get part of this membership. And every single week, I will touch on one of these concepts. We will go through and I will dig a little bit deeper into one area within these concepts, because I just skimmed the surface on all of these things. And I will teach you. And then within this, we'll break up. And you can talk with other culinarians within this group and get to know them. Get to know their hopes, their dreams. Get to know their challenges that they have. And get to know what they've done and what they've accomplished. And then finally, I'll take some time to coach 1 or 2 people individually about each one of these concepts and help them. And then because it's a group, help all of you to set some goals for the next week. So if this is something that you would like to do, if you would like to become part of a community, a brigade of leaders in this industry, then I challenge you to go to cookingphysics.com/coaching and sign up for the group coaching. Right now, I'm offering it for only $47 a month. Within this, you get that community of people. You get individualized lessons week after week. Those sessions will be recorded. So even if you don't quite make the actual session, you can go back and listen to it. You'll be able to talk with other culinarians who also have this mindset of growth, of development, of becoming a leader within their industry, being inspiring leaders. So I challenge you to go and sign up, cookingphysics.com/coaching. Sign up for the group coaching, because there we will change the culture of this industry. We will change this culinary culture into one that is sustainable, that is growing, that leads people and shows leadership skills. You have no idea what I have envisioned for this, and I want you to be a part of it. So sign up today, and I will see you on the other side. So thank you so very much. Again, next week, I am going to talk about burnout and what that means. What exactly is burnout to us chefs? Because most of us don't consider it burnout. But I'm going to talk to you about some of the signs that happen with burnout and how you can avoid that, how you can prevent it, and if you have reached that, how to get that passion back. So I hope to see you next week, Thursday, 1 o'clock, same time, right here. And thank you so very much. I congratulate you. You are so awesome. And this is going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's do this.